Hey, what's up, guys? This is MJ100K. Today I want to do a review about my 2019 Ram Promaster van. I've had it about 10 months now, and I have put about 18,000 miles on it already. So I'm going to talk about some of my likes, some of my dislikes, and you will see why I traded my Silverado in for this giant van. But first, I need to let you know I will be referring to the ProMaster as Miss Piggy. That is the name that I have given to the van. When I looked at it, when I first got it, I said I should name this van. And I looked at it and I thought, there is no way that this van is not named Miss Piggy. And I believe that the designer of this van was thinking about Miss Piggy when they designed it. I mean, look at the headlights. Look at the headlights and then look at Miss Piggy's eyes. And then look at the grill area and then look at Miss Piggy's nose. This van is Miss Piggy, okay? And I will refer to it as Miss Piggy for the rest of this video. And that is the same thing I do in real life. Everybody at my job refers to the van as Miss Piggy. So please have some respect in the comments. If you have a question, please ask about Miss Piggy, and I will be happy to answer any questions. So here we go. Let's talk about the things that I like about Miss Piggy. So the first thing that I like about Miss Piggy is the gas mileage. When I first got her, she was getting about 18.5 miles per gallon, but now she's getting about 20.5 miles per gallon. I do drive pretty slow and conservatively, so that has helped. When you compare a Miss Piggy to a pickup truck pulling a 10-foot trailer, which is what I was going to do, I pulled the trailer a couple times with my pickup truck and the gas mileage just goes down completely. I was getting probably about 10 to 13 miles per gallon pulling a trailer with my pickup truck, and when I have Miss Piggy, I don't need to do that because she's kind of a pickup truck and trailer combined. You know, you have your cab, your two people in the front, and the back is basically a 10.5-foot bed that's fully enclosed. So you don't have to strap things down. You don't have to protect them from rain or anything. You just throw everything in the back of Miss Piggy, and you don't have to worry about it. So the second thing that I like about Miss Piggy is that she is front-wheel drive. Most of the other vans in this class are rear-wheel drive, and a couple of them are either four-wheel or all-wheel drive, but they cost a lot more when you add that. And that also adds a lot of complexity to the vehicle. With Miss Piggy, you don't have to worry about that, and that it being front-wheel drive allows it to not need a drive shaft going from the front to the rear. So the vehicle itself is a little bit lower than those other vans. If you'll compare the ride height of a Miss Piggy to, like, let's say a Ford Transit, the top of it is lower, to put it simply. So that's one thing I like about it. Also, the deck in the back is a little bit lower, so it makes it easier for me to load things onto it when I need to use ramps. For example, my pressure washer, I have to use ramps to get it up into Miss Piggy. But when I had to use those same ramps to get it into the back of my Silverado, it was very difficult because it's a steeper angle. So, I would have to really struggle to load and unload things. Also, like when I'm loading in drywall, like let's say at Menards, I can put it right on those little drywall carts, and then I get to Miss Piggy, and then I just easily push the drywall into the back, and it makes things a lot easier. So the third thing that I like about Miss Piggy is it looks like she's going to be pretty easy to work on. I haven't had to fix anything yet, but just poking around the vehicle, it looks like things are pretty easy to get to for the most part. The battery is inside of the cab. It's under one of these plastic covers. And it also looks like the fuel pump is going to be easy to get to as well. Hopefully I don't have to replace the fuel pump anytime soon. But I do look at that in vehicles to see, am I going to have to drop the tank when I replace the fuel pump, or is it going to be pretty easy? And it looks like it's going to be pretty easy when I'm working on Miss Piggy. When you do the oil change, the filter is on the top of the engine. You will have to get a little socket It's only about $10 though, but it's made. It looks like it's made specifically for this vehicle. If you want to see exactly what you need to do, I have a video on my page where I do an oil change on Miss Piggy, and you'll see how easy it is. So the fourth thing that I like about Miss Piggy, and it may sound silly, is she is easy to find in a parking lot. Like when I'm parking my car, like a lot of times I will forget where I parked and I have to walk all over the parking lot to find my vehicle. But when you're driving Miss Piggy, you're going to find her in about 5 seconds because she towers over all of these other little vehicles. Like she is the best, and you will be able to find her very quickly in any parking lot. So people may inquire, MJ100K, what is the best thing about Miss Piggy? I know I've been going on and on about her and how great she is, but what is the number one thing that I like about Miss Piggy? And that is the storage space. She's a little chubby, but we love her for it. This is my friend's Chevy van. It's a regular size van, and this is what I would call a skinny van. I mean, it has room, but you have to hunch over to get in there. You could have space, but it's not that much. Now look at Miss Piggy here. Look at that. I can fit all my hand tools in her at once and still have plenty of room for other things. Here's an example of when I put a whole bunch of toilets in there. Look at that. Room to spare. Now I like having boxes so I could lay them down, and boom, we could put sheet goods over the boxes now and still have plenty of room. Look at that. See here we have some more sheet goods. Lots of room still, all my tools and the sheet goods, and still more room. So let's take a look. Oh, we can fit sticks in there. These are 12-foot sticks. I think that's crown mold in there. So, and boom, 15-foot sticks going out the window. Look at that. Miss Piggy can do it all. I could get a roof rack and put them on the roof, but I'll hold off on that. So I got my miter saw, table saw, ladders, and a whole bunch of tools. Still room to spare. Unbelievable with the room. So much room for activities. So many activities. Look at that. This is wonderful. You could put the sheet goods up to the side. There are little grooves on the bottom to hold it up, but I like laying them flat. But when you can't, you can put them to the side. And look at this. This is almost 19. This is 19 bags of rock wool I have stuffed inside. I could have got 20 in there too, but there was a little bit of tools in there. This is why I don't like having fixed shelves. I like the versatility. Here is an example when I put a whole bunch of cabinets for my friend Jake's kitchen, and we fit all these cabinets inside Miss Piggy at once, and Miss Piggy has no problem with that. She has lots of room. Unbelievable. Okay, so for my review, I've been talking about all the things that I like about Miss Piggy, but there are a couple little tiny imperfections that even the glorious Miss Piggy might have. So let's go ahead and talk about them real quick so she doesn't hear us. Here we go. All right, some of these knobs are a little chintzy. They're a little slow to respond sometimes, but they still work. It's not a big deal. This is a side note. If you have the option to get the backup camera, definitely get it, because it's hard backing this thing up without it. I wouldn't even try. This thing is huge, and you're going to destroy anything you hit if you were to hit something. The newer models, the 2021, I believe they all have the backup camera standard. The other little thing I don't like is there's no transmission dipstick. A lot of newer cars have this. I had a 2011 Mustang and it didn't have a dipstick in the transmission. I know I should have got the stick shift, but it's too late. The only other thing is sometimes I smell a coolant smell. I hooked up a pressure tester to it and it wasn't really losing pressure. I only had to add coolant a couple times over 15,000 miles. And that's not that big of a deal, I don't think. I mean, I heard in the forums the radiators go out on these, so if the radiator goes out, I'll just replace it myself. I don't even like getting stuff replaced. I don't like anybody else touching my car anyway, so I'll be the one replacing it if it needs to be replaced ever. So I don't think that's that big of a deal. Coolant evaporating sometime is a normal thing for a vehicle. And I remember when I was an engineer at Toyota, me and another engineer got into a nerd fight over whether coolant could evaporate in a sealed container. And I looked it up, and according to physics, yes, it can. It evaporates into the air that is above it, assuming that when it was filled, it had dry air, as in air without a lot of humidity in it. And anyway, the owner's manual said it anyway, that it is normal to add coolant sometimes. So I'm just going to keep driving it. If the radiator goes out, I'll just replace it myself. I don't really care. So there's actually one thing I forgot to mention about Miss Piggy, and just take my word for it, okay? Do not show up in Miss Piggy for a first date with a girl. They get very nervous when they see a giant white van with no windows in the back. You could be the nicest guy in the world, and even though you use this van for your business, they're just not going to get it, and they're going to be out of there so quick it'll make your head spin. So to sum this video up, those are all the things that I love about Miss Piggy, and a couple things that I have my eye on. I'll use Miss Piggy every time that I'm doing a handyman job for my business. And when I'm working with my friend's construction company, sometimes he will request that I bring Miss Piggy if we have to move a lot of materials, or if I'm going to be in charge of the job for that day. And Miss Piggy gets so excited whenever we go down to do construction.
Tomorrow. I'm going to a construction site tomorrow.
Everybody at my job loves Miss Piggy. My friend is considering getting one of his own to go with his pickup truck trailer combination. I don't think Miss Piggy replaces a pickup truck for every contractor, but for some who are just doing smaller jobs like myself, like a handyman, or jobs that might take 2 to 3 days, she is a great option. I think if you want, you can go ahead and get a Ford Transit or a Sprinter, but the fact remains, Miss Piggy is the best van available. Everybody knows it, and we all love her. So, Miss Piggy, thank you for being with us.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.